Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D Forex today. Things are slightly different, and I was thrown off by the difference, which has no effect on you. We're looking at the code there that I am working on. So what 2D Forex is a 2D Forex strategy game. Takes place in North America because I'm worried about the number of counties, but we may do the whole world if things work out. It's post-apocalyptic, and it's inspired by like Dominions and Paradox Games. We have these 7 counties. That this is Oregon, and this is one county in Washington. We may add some more test ones, but these are all the test ones we need right now. We are currently working on like production, so producing things in each county. So right now I'm in the Portland County, and you can build things like a fisher's shed, and then it will build, it will produce fish. And what happens though currently is nothing. It calculates all the work they do, and it does not produce any fish. And I was looking at the code right before I started. This game is made in Godot .Net, which is the C# version of Godot. And YouTube is acting strange again today. It's like way behind when I click on things. I don't know if it's my computer or what. Since it's 2 days in a row, you figure YouTube would fix shit pretty quick, but maybe that's just not true. Anyways, so what we did is we wrote all this stuff, calculating all this work and today's amount generated, but we never actually assigned it to the resources. And I can't remember, and we'll see what happens, but I can't remember if it automatically updates when we update the resources. So we'll have to see what I have already written there. I added a thing to the get ignore because, and I want to add another thing to the readme here. Oh, I already have the readme open. I don't know how to say his name. Zakonj actually put in a PR. It's the first PR I've ever had, and it was awesome because he fixed a bug that was so on the map. It's always been that if you scroll out, it just is the same pan speed and it's out of control on the higher levels. Oh, it's something weird has happened. This wasn't happening earlier. But anyways, and he fixed the bug, and it was awesome. So I got to learn how to do PRs because he did a commit, and I don't really know what you're supposed to do. So I just accepted the commit, but I think you're supposed to like test it first. But I accepted it and then tested it afterwards. So this is how it's supposed to work. I don't know what just broke it. Something broke it when I wonder what I did. I clicked on something. We went here and we went here. But yeah, it's cool to have someone else help because there's a lot of work to do, and there's that. So I'm going to put his name in here because I always put everyone who's helped, and we go in the order here. Oh, I forgot to ask him if he wanted a link to something. I link to somewhere if the people want who've helped, because I just try to, this guy didn't help, but he had a cool video about he's also making a strategy game. Though I did look, and I think he stopped making videos. It's weird how quickly people stop making videos. But the main thing we're going to do here today is, I'm going to keep an eye on if this thing changes again. I don't know what happened there. That was strange. Programming, how does it work? Nobody knows. That's what I say at my work to people. I'm an IT manager, and my coworkers often say stuff, and I can just say, nobody knows how computers work anymore. They're like, why did it do this? Nobody knows. Anyways, so we need to assign this to the county data. And so what we're going to do is look at this county data, because I feel like I should have already had something that adds resources to the county data, because we've done that in the past. And if I don't have a method for that, then we need to write a method for that. Food list, maybe that was one of the things I deleted yesterday. That thing where I was like, I don't think we need this anymore, and then I just deleted it. That's like possibly use resources? No. Subtract county resources. How about add county resources? We gotta rename that too. The the goods versus resources is very confusing. Add county. Where does it see this? Increase research with amount bonus. Add county. We'll put resource on here just to see if that brings anything up. What was that one guy saying? Control Q. You could go add county. Add story event county resource. What does this do? I can't go to it. I don't know what you do with that. Oh, I just had to double click it. Okay, so this is going to add, because maybe we can use this and just rename it. Story event data. Okay, that's not going to work. Add storage to county. This is the banker doing this? All right, no, that makes sense. Generate work with skill check. I was thinking we could break up the banker too and start moving things into different, better spots because of how apply work per person. No, that's a different thing. This is where we deleted all that shit. Was out of apply work per person. And I bet you that's where it was. So we probably have to write its own little thing. So what I was thinking with the banker, we could have it deal with certain stuff, and then we could have like a goods manager. I don't know, an import manager. What is this crap? I don't know what this is. Let's just delete it. This is count county resources of type. Oh, okay. We might need that. Add research. How did we do it before? Because if we did it before, workday over, how do we add in generate scavenged resources? Check for these, generate scavenged resource with skill check, add resource to county. This is doing what we want to do. Perfect. This is what we have. Where is this thing? This is the banker. Okay. And then we had an update resources for the top bar, which we commented out for some reason. I wonder why I took that out. Maybe let's look at the county resources. Is this that weird list with notifications or whatever the fuck it's called? This looks like just a normal, it's a dictionary. This is not what I was thinking. Because I was thinking that if we had one where it just notified, like kind of like a getter setter, we could do that, but it looks like we just add it to a dictionary. I wonder why I took this update. Maybe we didn't need this. Well, let's use this. Let's add resource to county. Let's rename this though, because, well, no, let's leave it like this. No, let's do add county resource, because I think that makes more sense. So we'll just rename that right here. And then we'll use this in the banker to wherever the hell we were. That was under what? County data? Where the hell was I clicking around here? Let's go back through our thing here. Calculate goods to be produced. So it's at the end here. We don't have a banker, I don't think, in here. Oh, we're in the banker. Okay, so that's fine. So let's go to the end here. And we're going to go... Man, we got a lot of things here. So at the end of this, for each county output good, we just need to do add county resource. And what did you want in here? A county data. Do we have a county data in here? We do. Let's hope that's the right one. Where are we getting this county data? I see us using it there. We're putting it in. Okay, perfect. We're passing it in. County data, then we need a county resource type. So this is going to be from the county improvements data. It has a resource type on it. And then we're going to need one other thing. Glitch code, how's it going? County data gets you. I hope not. Then we're going to need this thing. And then we need to clear this. We need to make this 0. Is that right? I think. Because it's, how are we adding this on here? Actually, it doesn't matter. Maybe don't clear that. Let's see what happens. That's what we'll do, is we'll just see what happens. That's my programming way of doing it, right? Joker, give me some support here. Let's just see what happens is the correct response to all things. What do you got here? I forgot a thing at the end. My computer is once again acting so strange. I should just throw it in the trash. Pick it up, throw it in the trash. That's what I should do. You can't do that though. You got to do something with computer. You can't just throw computers in the trash. It's a bummer. I got to fix this. I got to take these comments out. Fisher Shack. We want to see 10 fish added each day. The money we'll still have to add too. Yeah, because it's a faction level 1. So we'll have to do a faction resource. Right? It's the only way to really know. Yeah, I need to take this out. This comment. Okay, we have 5 days worth of shit has gone by. This is when went there. They're going to be eating the food too, so that's going to be a thing. So 18 fish. I think that means it's working. 8 because they're going to eat the fish because they're perishable, and they're supposed to eat the perishable shit first, if I remember correctly. Let's put it in something. Let's make it produce wood. I know that seems strange at the fisher's shed. They're fishing the wood out. It's the driftwood that's going by. You know, I have a Linux computer that I did exactly what you said there. I had an old computer. I turned into it was Mint. It is Mint. It just sits, but it just sits and gathers dust. I never use it for anything, which is kind of a bummer. I used to even be able to remote into it, but I think it's so old that I don't even have that software on this computer anymore. What was I doing? Oh yeah, Fisher's Shed. We're gonna add some wood on here. So we need to go back to the README. Did I close the README? I did. Let's open the README. Okay, so add a county improvement. Add good output good to county improvement. All right, step 1, drag over county resource to, what is this thing called? See, I'm doing this because in 6 months I'm going to have to add one and I'm going to forget. Like, how do I do this? So the county output goods to county output goods in inspector. Step 2, go like this. Drag over generic, is that what I call this thing? Generic something or other? Well, let's put this money in, or this wood in here. Wood, where are you? Generic production. Drag over generic production resource over to county outputs goods in inspector. Dictionary. Let's put dictionary in here so that it's really, so I'm not like searching like for whatever. 3, click add key value pair. 4, dictionary. This is the step I always forget. I think yesterday I forgot every single time to click this. And then I was like, why isn't this shit working? Oh, we forgot a thing though. This we have to right click. We can do it after that though. Step 4. Stop telling me it's 1. Piece of shit. So so angry about it. Right click uh, generic production. Um, and select make you unique. Isn't there something unique? Didn't I type this yesterday somewhere? I feel like I did this yesterday. Add accounting good. No, that's a different thing. This shit should be. This is part of it. Yeah, this is gonna be a different. That's gonna be a different thing. This needs to be set up correctly. So the average amount. Okay, so we need these notes in here too. Cut this. Go like this. So then here, step 5. Fucking step 1. When I put in a number, it automatically puts this. Adjust generic or unique generic production to the correct amounts. Notes below. Okay. That is our steps for my future self. You're out of suckers. Oh, let's fix this thing. Camera. I just want to get this thing so it doesn't fill up my logs. That's how way I do it too. I GD print all over the place. This is the code from the other person, the person who helped me, who put in the PR. All right. So we have this. We have to adjust this so that this is the work cost is theing that we need. Did I put this? Did I make this seem that it makes sense? Sometimes it's type shit out. The main thing being work cost, so that the average daily amount generated is correct. Okay. Tiger pop. I don't even know what a tiger pop is. 0.02. I think that was for we were trying to make that was for to making it really, really big. Let's put 5, and then let's rerun this and see what we've done here, and see. This will also be good because it will test everything that we did yesterday again with that, with whatever. So we got to construct a fisher shed. Look at that. What the fuck is that? An infinite amount? I've never seen that before. An infinite amount. Where's his label? Was these in a negative? Wait, go back over here. Fish. I was fucking around with fish yesterday. Let's look. That's gonna be under. That's when it generates. It's actually there's a prefab or whatever they call them in a scene, UI scenes. This is gonna be goods panel. Um, I saw a change in that PR to something else besides the camera. Maybe that's what. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I'm looking at here. I don't know how to look at that though. I got to learn so much shit here. How do I look at that? Let's see. I go to. It was on. We're on the scouting equipment branch. There was pull requests. They're all done. Oh, so here's a closed one. Oh look, I put one in a long time ago. So here's the camera rewrite. How do I look at this shit? It seems like there'd be an obscene amount of data. It was. It was. Um, that has nothing to do with anything. Work amount for each resource. This has nothing to do with anything. I saw these null things and I was curious what they were. But I was like, whatever, I don't care right now. That's camera stuff. What are we in here? This is in main. Um, that's just probably because it was ran on another computer. Here's some stuff. Camera. Camera. No, I don't think it's that. What is this infinite shit? Is that not infinite? It looks like infinite to me. I can't read it. It's too small for my old man eyes. I need glasses so bad, but I'm too vain. I feel like there's a button. What is this thing? This cash justification. What the fuck is that? Is that normally there? Let's look. I just need a label. It is. Justify, word justify, skip. Numbers are turning to infinite. It wasn't appearing. Justification property? Oh, it's over here. I was hovering over this thing. Justify by adding and removing cachetas. What the fuck's a cacheta? Cacheta. What up? It's like a cashew. Cacheta. Cacheta. What is it? It's a type of. Oh, well, that doesn't. I don't think that this is the problem. Godot numbers turn to infinite. Oh, wait. Yeah, I thought you were. Looks pretty INF. I thought you were fucking around. I thought you were joking. What is INF? Well, we need this to be this thing. I think this happened another time. It's kind of coming back to me that this happened another time. I feel like it's like justification or something, but it's when I think it said 10 fish earlier, and then I added this one. Let's look at that. Let's go back. Let's delete this thing because I think it was 10. This is being divided by a number. Where am I going here? Uh, so it's supposed to come out to a very small number for some of them. We need to go to here. Let's remove wood. Because I swear we just looked at this and the fish said 10. Come on. Oh no, it didn't. What is, are other ones doing it? So where do we assign that number? So we assign that, I don't think it's in, is there a script attached to this thing? Let's see. No, it's just as a, I mean, there's a script attached to it, but it doesn't do anything. The fish number is fishy. It is. So for that, that's going to be on our county improvement container. Add output goods panel. It's right here. Good name. Average daily amount produced. This is what we're putting in here. I'm almost positive. Add output goods panel. Text good label. We're translating the name, and then we're putting in this number. Do we already have a thing that says something what this number is? No. What are these things? Like, I don't think it's going to change that. Let's do this. We don't need it to be a, what happens if I leave that in there? I don't even know what that's going to do. I was just going to put a number in, but now is what happens if you leave it in the little squigs? That thing that's not a variable. Gotta turn my music up that you guys can't hear. I'm getting some good music here. Let's see here. So that looks right there. So it has to be something to do with this math. What was the math that now I'm shouting? Because I turned up the music. You guys can't hear me over this. Yeah. So what is this math? Yeah, exactly. What is this? What's going on? Are we getting an infinite number? We did do like an int to your mom or something. I don't see. I threw a little your mom joke in there. It wasn't a good one though. I love your mom jokes, but I think they're out of style these days. What is this thing? Average daily amount generated. Maybe it has a thing in the label where it's like it's not going to put in a number that's like 0.000005 or something. Maybe it puts it in there if it's like a negative number or something. What the fuck is this infinite crap? Okay, let's look at, they're both coming out as money. Let's look at this math here on money. Okay, so this absolutely happened since yesterday. The work cost has changed. So I think it happened since I changed another thing, like when I made unique, something imploded. That's what's going on here. So money, I don't know, whatever, 2. And then fish, we had that weird number and I deleted it. Yeah, something weird is going on. We'll do fish and then we'll run this where these aren't sticking all the time. I think it has something to do with when I make them unique, it breaks all the old ones. Maybe make unique doesn't work how I think it works. Yeah, see, that was the problem. So I gotta remember, infinite means fucked up. Because it's dividing by 0. I'm surprised it didn't throw errors. Like it was throwing errors before. It's because I added that float in there. So you can divide by 0 if it's a float? Is that real? Okay, so we get 2,500 fish. We're going to make a lot of fish. That was the plan all along. All right, let's add in this other thing. Well, you know what? We don't even need to add in food or in whatchamacallit, wood, because with 2,500 fish being produced, we'll definitely know if we're making fish. So now we got a bug. Now what's your problem? I think, I always talk about this book that I read a long time ago called Chicken Hawk. It's about a helicopter pilot. It's an autobiographical story about a helicopter pilot in Vietnam. And he said at the beginning of the war, the helicopter pilots, everyone would be like all freaked out, like, because bullets are shooting at them all the time. But then towards the middle of the war, they would just be completely just over it, just having like no thought about like bullets be whizzing by their head, and they'd just be like sitting there talking, having a cigarette, flying the helicopter with one hand. Um, they were desensitized to the violence. I think there's a similar thing happens with bugs. At the beginning, you're like, "What the fuck, man?" Oh, here's our divide by zero thing. Um, but this is in a different spot. Autobiographical? is am I saying the word wrong? Um, work cost. So it's back to thinking that this is zero at some point, I think. And I don't think it's reflecting in the inspector the right way. Something's changing that's not supposed to be changing. This looks right though. I'm going to close this and reopen it. Graphic, autobiographic? Yes, that's probably, there's better. Declare namespace. What did I not declare as namespace for? Oh, I thought I fixed this. Oh, no, no, no. I saw this yesterday and I just didn't do anything about it. Uh, Stupid namespaces. Namespaces. I do use it a tiny bit with the editor thing. Yeah, that book's pretty good. Uh, it's obviously pretty old because it was Vietnam. Let's look at this thing again. I think there's something strange going on with the inspector is what's happening. That it gets like reset or something. Well, that says 2, and that looks right. I'm one of the people who's very like, oh, it's time for me to get off work. I'm off work. I'm not, working anymore. And I don't know when that started, but I think how everyone should be. Like, there's a lot of, okay, so this is fine. There's a lot of, exploitation of workers, I guess is the way that it happens. Okay, so did I not pause it? I did. Okay. We have a different thing here. There's two bugs going on. So let's copy this first divide by zero thing. I thought we already dealt with this, but I was expecting it earlier. So you think that this is dividing by zero. Work amount for each resource. So this would have bailed out if work amount was 0. Work cost. So the work cost, did we add any other references? or any other things, because remember there was like a research had some thing in here that was busted, but I thought I fixed that. Uh, yeah, it says 500, so it should break this if primitive scouting equipment is 0.01. See, that's working. Why would this suddenly get zeroed out? And it doesn't, we don't actually don't know which one. There's two different ones. We have some bug with the camera too. We can fix that in a second though. That's a different thing. Calculate the number of items built. Oh, I wonder if that was the thing that earlier. Yeah, it is. Whatever that bug is. I wonder if it's related to this. Like this breaks, other things. Whoops. I want to go back to calculate the number of items built. It thinks it's dividing by 0. Calculate work goods. I wish it told you what was trying to divide by 0. I know. So it can't be work amount. Key value pair value today's amount work, or so it has to be, because we know that if this one, it still thinks work cost. Oh, because we converted an int. I see what's happening here. We converted the work cost to an int, and if we convert the work cost to an int, some of these are 0.02. It doesn't know what the fuck to do with that. Because, chat, I'm going to blame ChatGPT. It said, ChatGPT said, just shove a int thing in there. And I was like, okay. What is going on all over this thing? Because it wouldn't let us do it, because, let's put this back. I want the full, yeah, we can't convert to a float. All right, so all right, so this is exactly what it's doing. So it's converting that 0.02 to an int, and that's a nothing. The int thinks or ints are nothings. That's what we're going with. All right, so let's do this. We don't need this stuff to actually be this county resource data. We don't need them to be ints. I was just using ints because that's what I use all the time. I should probably deal with this thing. Oh, that's the other different thing. I thought this was these other messages, the other warnings. Where's my bug? Work amount for each resource. County improvement data. Work amounts for every. And that we're losing the remainder, which we don't care about. I'm pretty sure these are done. Done? No, I don't want to. I decided I don't want to. No, we need to cast it to an int, but I want to get rid of the. I'm just going to change the thing to a float. Godwin, though, how's it going? I'm pretty sure these are not used. Done? That's not very. Not used. Where the fuck is this thing? One more. I'll just make this a float. Is that going to cause problems? Then we'll make all of work amount left over. This is the thing that we were going to get rid of the remainder, though. I mean, it's fine. it's fine. Right? I think work amount for each resource. No, this is the work amount for each resource is what we were gonna get. We didn't care about the remainder. Yeah, it's right here. We don't care about it because it's just like some insignificant amount, and so it's fine. But if we turn it into a float, the remainder will be there. But who gives a shit, right? Am I going in circles? I'm going in circles. Go back to this thing. No, to the beginning. Here, fine. Work amount left over. Then we'll change this thing to a float, and this will be the thing that we don't care about. And then we'll give it a second here. The problem is that. Oh, you're saying try to make the other thing a float. I think that's what you're saying. The thing that it's becoming. This thing. I'm curious if this is gonna fuck shit up though, actually, now that I think about it, because you're gonna get this weird number. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Down here we need an int. This thing's add count. This needs to be cast to an int though. Because we don't want to put a partial resource. So what will that do? We'll find out, I guess. We'll see what it looks like here. I didn't look at those other two. Okay, so we still have our 2,500 fish, and we got our other thing. We gotta build it. Fisher's shed. Where did I go? Does this thing remember where I scrolled? It does. That was a built-in Godot thing. It's nice of it. All right, that thing's been completed. We need to let a couple days to go by before shit breaks. Okay, so we're definitely getting some food. Oh, you know what? That's kind of cool. This actually works. I mean, we tested it a shit ton of times a while ago, but it's maxing out the amount of storage. So that's why we're not getting 2,500. So we're getting the things that we wanted. And is there anything weird in here though? This all looks normal. This all looks good. Is there anything weird over here? It's all because of this. This is why we had to make those floats. It's because of this. Okay, let's add wood on here just in case. Even though we're not going to actually produce wood. Let's do it just to see what happens here. Hey, you know what we can also test here is when I make this generic, does it implode everything? Or unique, I mean. Does it fuck shit up? It seems okay. That seems right. Okay, this is the thing we were gonna do. We have money. This is in the wrong spot, actually. No, this is the right spot. What happened to our... This is fish. Okay, sorry. I didn't hit the add key again. Didn't I just say that I always forget the add key fucking thing? Okay, here we go. Make unique. Actually, I'm gonna go away and come back because I think I did it in a different order last time. Is I went like, I made it unique, then I added the key, and maybe that's part of the problem where I swear those numbers are changing on their own. County output goods, wood, it's stripped wood or something. And then we go generic. Then I added it, and then I made this unique. That looks right. That's faction. Okay, that looks right to me. This work cost we'll put 5, whatever. That's too high of a number. Let's do 1. We should get 50 then, and we'll be able to tell easily if things are working. And we got to build our Fisher's shed, but we want to look at it perfect. So this math's still working, which is what we want. And Jesus Christ, man, time flies when you have like certain things that are kind of fun. Like this is the fun part. This all looks right. This is still, I didn't even check this before. This is ugly as shit, but we'll leave it like that for now. I think I was going to change this into a button, but I put it in the next round because it's hard to see this checkbox. I mean, the whole thing's ugly as shit. Let's go to our resources. We're not seeing any wood here. We're in the right county. We should be getting 50 wood. Did I just click through the goddamn menu? We don't see any wood. So let's look over back to how we were adding our resources and see if something is not working. How did we do this? We just county resource type. That seems incredibly simple. And this is updating. I don't remember how. I'm going to get this out of here so I don't keep wondering why that's commented out. You know why it's commented out? Because that happens at the end of these calculations. So it goes through everything and it does all the calculations and then it updates this top bar. So what's your problem, wood? Wood is a county level resource. We go calculate work. We go through the completed. Is it completed? It's possible. Yeah, it's definitely complete because we're getting the fish. 50 wood. Are they using the wood for something? I don't think they should. Yet. There is a thing where they want stuff. The people want stuff. This I should have put a. Let's do this. County name, improvement name, generated today. These other things are now throwing off because I put so many GD prints in there. Someone is working at Improvement Garden, Portland. Work cost 4,100. That's the amount of work that was generated there. Is that right? That number seems quite large. Cost 1. Fisher Shed generated today 82, but I don't see. Was it running out when it hits the first? When it hits the first work amount left over, today's amount generated, work amount for each resource. That should be like a each day that's calculated, and it's per resource. I don't know what this thing is that I'm doing with my hand here. Work cost. Improvement name. If the work amount is less than the work cost, today's amount generated is 0. The work cost is 1 and it's got 50, so it's gonna go to this else. Else, this is the work cost is 1 amount, work amount for each resource. Do we have that over here? Work amount for each resource is 80. We need to see Portland though, not Umatilla. Is 82. So 82 divided by 1 should be 82. And it said, well, and this is, this is because this is not 1. So this is the second one. So it's actually hitting this. It should be 82 wood. I wonder if they're using wood because there is a thing. Let's make it really a large number. They can't use it all up. There we go. And this will make it. Wait, am I doing my math right? What was we can look on the scouting workshop. See, this has a 0 in it now. I'm telling you, these numbers are changing without me fucking with them. Because earlier we looked at this and it was this. Which is what we wanted. And now if we go to outputs, we're still in outputs. This is at 0. And I made this unique so that if we change things, yeah, this is definitely changing on its own. I don't know what the fuck. So the work cost, we were making it larger. We were like, it was 5,000, I think is what it was. Like it's changed since I ran the game last. Wonder how we figure that out. So there's our 0.01. Oh, here's a problem. So this needs to be an int because some float thing has fucked this up. So that's one reason not to use a float. If we need to use it for the other part, let's fix that first. That is here. So when we assign actually to this number, we need to convert it. This is where, so okay, so this we need to, no, that's not going to work. This is what we have to do. This is kind of a pain in my ass. What we have to do is, this is going to cause all sorts of chaos here. This is going to cause, I don't think I can do it with a getter setter is the way to do it with property or whatever the fuck it's called. But it's going to fuck everything up because this is set in the inspector and the inspector hates it. This is why I get these 5 bugs, is because the inspector, when it sets the inspector variable and the inspector is set, it does it before it like runs and it doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Let's test it. Let's just see what happens. Let's rename this though to average, and then we take this back to average, and then we go, did I rename that? I don't know. I was like mid. We'll make this private and we'll know. And it's like, well, we would know already. I didn't rename that. Rename this to average, and then change this to here, and then go private, and then give me my bugs. There we go. All right, then we go, we don't need this to be exported, but we do need it to be exported for when we, save the stuff. To disk. Do people still call it to disk? I feel like I'm dating myself. And we want return that. Where did my set go? All right, whatever. Then we're going to set, and if it's greater than 1, there might be a way to do this automatically, actually. If average, I'm doing a getter setter from memory, except that obviously the thing is helping me. If a lot of times I like write something like this, and it turns out there's a built-in thing that you can just like, Lord Mac, how's it going? We have the fish. The fish are showing up, but if this is greater than 1, then average daily amount generated equals int greater than or equal to 1. So I think this is going to cause absolute chaos here. We're missing a thing because of the inspector thing. There we go. Those are fixed now. I'm going to take a break in a second. We got the fish. The wood isn't working, though. I mean, the wood was fixed, was showing for a second, but it was showing the wrong type of number. We didn't get the chaos that I expected. What am I looking for here? That didn't work. No, it did work. Except the math's wrong. So what we need to do is instead of inting that thing, we need to roof it? Ceiling it? We need to ceiling. That's not going to work. That's going to be... All right, we need to think of a different way to do this. It's going to kind of throw off... Actually, the average daily amount generated doesn't matter anyways. It's not a real number. I mean, it's a real number, but it's... not a number that it's doing the math. It's just for the player to have a general idea. So let's go back to that thing and we'll ceiling it, or whatever it's called. Where the fuck was that? That was under something. This should be math F whatever math. Shut up. Math. Is it math F? Ceiling? I saw it. Is it ceiling? No. Towards positive infinity. I think this is what we want. Otherwise we could do... No, we can't. Yeah, I think it's this. We'll see some fish here. Okay, so that's right. This is right. And like I said, this number isn't like a real number that you used for anything except for the player to do some basic understanding of how much shit is being made. Because this, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's probably, I think the float thing is going to kind of screw us later, but we need a float for this other part. For this. All right. Fish shed has been completed. We have a lot of food. I see 8 building materials. So I think the wood's not working again. Still. Yeah, wood's at 0. I wonder why it has a problem with wood. Let's take a look at wood. Maybe something on wood changed. Wood, building material. What does this say? So, because they can't use that much wood. See, now we have this thing again. So it is, I think it's the float is causing us issues. Let's do this. Let's go back to this thing, our wood issue here, our wood amount. Just to double check. And let's make it the same as the fish, because we know the fish works, so we'll just get rid of a 0 here. And see if that's what's going on, or maybe there's some other thing. I just think I thought of what the issue is. I think I know what it is. It's not this. It's that the county improvement actually has a resource from the good old days of what it produces. And I've still been using that because it was still working. But I think what it's doing is checking the county resources, and it's trying to it's checking the county improvement has a thing set of what it is. Yeah, okay, so if we look at our math here, I think that's what's going on. And so it's checking the county improvements resource, which is, this is going to be a pain in the ass to fix, but it's doable, and we can get rid of that other shit. Where was I going? The banker is our problem here. Add county resource, county improvement, county resource type. Yep, here's the problem. It's this thing. So what we would do is we would... Aren't we for eaching this shit? County improvement data, output goods, key value pair. Are we inside? We are inside. So what we need to do is go key value pair. This is going to be the key. And there, that's what we need it to do, is that, not the county improvements type. Why was what, do I need that anymore? I wonder if I can get rid of that. I think it will cause chaos, but maybe we should, because now it's getting confusing. Before, when they only produced one thing, it made sense, but now we've changed that completely. I'm going to take a break. If this works or not, I'm going to take a break here. I just want to see if it works or not, you know. Resources. Yeah, there's our stuff in the whatchamacallit still works. The storage amount works. This is way too low of a storage amount. We'll have to bump that to like 1,000 or 5,000 or something, and then the warehouse will bring in more. You know what we could do just for fun is double check if this warehouse is working. We'll just chill out here and let this thing build. Then I'm going to take a break. Oh, we got a bug. Oh, you know, I know what this is going to be. This is going to be a bug about, it's trying to like add resources or shit or some shit. And it's like, well, there's no such thing as this storage. It's not going to jump there for me. But let me put this up. I'm going to put this up so I don't forget exactly where I'm at. Right here. Like that. And then I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me throw out my break timer. There we go. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. And break off. Break timer off. And music back on. And this thing. Check for preferred work, huh? Oh, it's the storage thing. Because there is no preferred work for storage, I think, is what's happening there. That's an unusual. I wasn't expecting that. I also got to change this music. I got to get that warning, those warnings, though, too. We'll do those warnings next. Preferred work, eh? What line were you on? I can use that thing. I already forgot what it was. Control G, go to line. Yeah. County data 327. So our check of storage is broken. Or, I remember messing with this the other day. What are we equaling over here? Check of storage is full. Why are we checking if storage is full? Let's look at this. Let's put this back into play here. What were these other things here? Oh, we have 33 bugs. That's nice. Let's not run it. Let's not build anything because I don't think we need to. It's gonna check if preferred work. No, I built a warehouse. That was it. And then it was after the warehouse was built that things broke. So I think it's because it's checking against the storage, and storage isn't like a real thing. Man, we get the minute there's some weirdness going on with this. Oh, I know what that is. I copied that bug. Yeah, it's something to do. What does this preferred work say? Preferred work. Yeah, it can't do converted warehouse. It can't do. Check if storage improvement. If it's true, if this is okay, so there was something about like how this was organized, and I messed with it. If it's storage or if it's this, return true. Okay, so that was back to our county data. So if it's true, which is what it should be, let's look at our storage. Maybe something got messed with here. Interest is engineering. Work skill is labor. See, this is the Smokin' Joe. Thank you for your beautiful comment. It's very conductive. This is let's see. This is the thing I was talking about where it's checking these county resource types. So it should. Let's see. Let's double check this. County resource type. So that should be right. And it doesn't have a faction one, so that's fine. That's none, when none is the other check. So what is this and thing that we have in here? I have a feeling it's this and thing. No, this is just, if the storage is full, three, whoops, three, well, I got a 2 in here. 327. Oh, what did I just do here? Because I clicked something. Let's just go back. One more. There we go. I accidentally commented that out with a hotkey. What did I just do here? Subtract county. There we go. All right. So if this is none, it just busts out of here, and it's not doing that. So let's see why. I can't figure out why. Preferred work and improvement converted. Yeah, so it's hitting that. We're getting, so it doesn't happen every time because it's a random. It's a random thing. No, I guess it is. It isn't random. It's the person it checks against is random. Yeah, for each one of these. So it's checking this equal to none, or I'm double checking this for the 12th time. Storage non-perishable or storage perishable, because a lot of times when I double check for the 9th time, it actually is a thing. And I think this should be or. I think this should be or if this is full. Like 3 ors. I think I have this in another spot too, like a similar thing. Yeah, it's check for any work. Okay, let's see if that does. I think that should be or. I do that all the time. The or and thing. Construct this thing, because then it will bug out on any work if that's the case. And then we need to wait. Yeah, let's see if that's solved. Oh, now we have a different problem, I think. Now we have the same one. It is at 3. It's the same thing. I'm missing something basic here. It's one of these things probably isn't set right, but it's on the given key was not present in the dictionary. You know what normally this is something isn't being copied over right in the county improvement data. That's usually what that is. County improvement data, it's almost always that over here. We don't use this anymore. The location we don't need anymore. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. What would we be hitting here? This is the non-tangible goods we're not using anymore. We can get rid of all of those. We are using... I made a getter setter that works. Was that in county improvement data though? Look at all these commented out shit. Let's just delete all this stuff. If the improvement doesn't produce a good, but instead produces something like researcher, the string says, oh, that's really old. Let's get rid of that. Let's put a space there. Test resources, we don't need those anymore. Work amounts, we don't need this. All input goods that are needed to create the finished project. For some reason, this needs to be initialized, but the faction ones don't. So the thing it's choking on is county resource type. What should be in here, I mean, we put this is ages. There they are. So it's not that. What else is it choking on over here? It says day start. Check for any work. Oh, it did get to the any work time this time. Okay. Well, that's good news. This should be ore. I'm pretty sure those all should be ore. I wonder why it didn't cause issues earlier. I guess because we never had any storage full. Did I not rerun that? All right, let's build this again. Every time I mess with something where I'm like, wait, this should be and or though, it causes some other problem later because there is a reason why it is and. That is completed. We're on day 5. Let's look at our storage now. So this is the weird thing where after you create the storage, you actually have to go in here and manually update it. This is non-perishable. We're we're giving the wrong storage. What is this thing? This should be non-perishable. This is getting assigned to the wrong storage type. That's probably something I just never noticed. This is non-perishable. There is, let's see, if we go down to storage, this should probably be marked as perishable. And that's non-perishable and perishable. Perishable storage. No, it's saying perishable storage here. It should be saying, okay, there's something wrong going on. Did I add like the wrong type in the dictionary? That's quite possible. Let's look at the dictionary here. Production data. 500 watts though. Storage perishable. Look at that shit. Non-perishable. Generic. Make unique. Add key value pair. Turn this to... Did I do the math on that? I guess I must have. No, I think I manually typed this shit in here. Storage amount I did. I wonder if we leave this at 0.02, what happens? I guess we're going to find out. It should check, though, and ignore that. That's kind of the thing. I think that's what we wrote in there. Man, time is flying. Non-perishable storage. Now it says the right thing. I put in the right thing. Okay, the warehouse is complete. Let's check our resources. We have 500, so let's put 500 here. Okay, that didn't work. What was the thing? I had to do something strange to make that. Oh wait, now I'm in the wrong spot. I'm in perishable. We want non-perishable. There we go. Wood. And then We aren't getting any wood, though. Resources, we have 0 wood. Do I still have the... Oh, we're not making a fisher's shed yet. We haven't done that. Fisher's shed. Oh, we got a bug. This is some sort of... What is going on here with these? Let's fix these things. These are different things, though. Something is broken over here. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Where? Event log 13. I think I know what this is, though. So we go to the event log here. Log control? This should be called event log. We can also fix the on, whatever. What is this? 13. That doesn't make any sense. Event log on mouse entered. Player object not set to a reference. Let me on main. Go back to our event log. This looks right. VBox container, event scroll log. Object not set to an instance of an object. On mouse entered. It does not like this thing, so I guess we could fix this. It wants this to be named. I don't know. I don't remember this is a signal. It doesn't like these things that I have these all named the same. On event log mouse entered. So we'll rename this. This is going to break something else because we got to relink it. On event log mouse exited. We got to put a signal on it. And that's this thing. Disconnect. Connect. Go to source. Pick. Oh, I gotta build it first. The dreaded forget to build things first. And there we go. And we don't want to do that. Connect. Go to source. Did it not build? Did I not save it? No, it's saved. Now it is reran it. I went to... just build it here. We want on exited here. Disconnect this one. We want to connect you. Go to source. Pick. Why is it not saying this? Is this event log text panel? What is the name of this thing? This is just called event log. Where is this thing attached? This is a event log text panel. Oh, this is attached to, what were these things then? These were attached to some other, can I undo that? I just need to undo one of them. I think it undid it. Yeah, where is this thing? Go to method. It didn't work. This is on, let's see if we edit it, what it thinks it is. Callback code won't be generated. Please add it manually. Because I vaguely remember we were having to add it. It's this thing. This script is attached to these little, we had to spawn them, these things. Yeah. And then there's a signal. This is what we need to change. This is what we need to reconnect here. We're already on source. This needs to be renamed to something else then. We need to rename this to text panel entered. So there's all of these little things need it, as well as the, so basically what's going on is when you hover over something, you can click through the UI and hit the map. And that's what all of these weird mouse entered things are. They're all to get that so that that doesn't happen. And I think might be a better way to do it now that I know a little bit more about these issues, but and so that's what's throwing off this thing. Exited. Okay, so that's that one. And then we had another one that we got to rename it anyways, but it's in, so this signal, we don't need this open anymore. This goods panel, we don't need that. This looks like this was going to, if I hit edit, it makes it seem like it's going to this other script. We need to rename it because it suddenly doesn't like that I called all these things on. It didn't care for a long time, but I don't see one on here. So I wonder if we were using something else for these signals. It doesn't tell me. So if I hit edit, it's saying it's like going to this, but there isn't a thing here in this script. There is no. Oh, this was me. I was trying to get the thing, the scroll thing to stick at the bottom, and it wouldn't do it. We can just get fucking scroll bar. Yeah, we can just get rid of all this crap. This was I must have just like said fuck it. Oh yeah, this is that doesn't work unless we do it that way. We can get rid of this thing. I wonder what we're gonna have to figure out what these things were connected to. Because I did have like a globals of this. There's no script on here and it doesn't know. I guess that's a reason to name these all differently. And if I click go to method, nothing happens. It probably was on the globals, because I have one of these on a globals thing. I was trying to just use one instead of having all these different ones, like every single one having its own thing. What does this one do? Adjust click through, adjust zoom enabled. Oh, okay, I see the other problem. Let's look at this thing. Well, I went way too far. Let's look at scripts. Camera controls. What do we have in process here that is commented out? Wonder why didn't I just delete this? Number of counties. It looks like I mean, it works. We're not having problems with the counties selection. Let's comment this whole thing out, and I'll put a note on here that says, like, get rid of this shit if we don't see any problems by next week or something. Get rid of this shit if we don't see problems by, like, whatever, 12/3. This must have been some weird test thing. I don't know where this thing was connecting to. I wonder if we run it, if we can get the bug to reappear. Like if it will tell us the bug over here. So it should, once we get a thing in the panel to appear, we should be able to test this. Let's go up here. Something should be built here. Okay, there's the problem. Adjust zoom enabled. Copy this error. Okay, so on this, it's not set to an instance yet. So this is the one that I renamed, and now it does make a lot of sense why we would want this name specifically things, because now I can tell that this is saying it's not set to an instance of a object. It's this particular one that's having an issue. Let's open that thing back up. There's some sort of event log issue here. Event log text panel. I'm scrolling back and forth, but I'm not actually looking with my eyeballs here. Event log text panel. Those are the two signals. But is it actually croaking on that? So something in here. The camera controls instance is not happening anymore. I think what happened. I wonder if I can, how would I figure this out? So what I think happened is the person who fixed the camera script didn't know that there was something referencing this camera controls script. And now it can't find the camera control script because it's not attached to anything. And it used to be attached to here. I'm pretty sure that's what it was attached to. I gotta, I got, Um, think about how to find this thing. Okay, actually, we're here. Would this tell me, though? I don't think this is going to tell me. Um, I think... How can we look at this? I guess I could look at it, because I'm pretty sure that's a whole new script, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's go back to our code. We can just check main. Main, it shouldn't matter. And we can go into scripts. And yeah, so that's a whole new script. So this script doesn't exist in, like, it's not, it was an instance, and it needs an instance of this because of this adjust zoom thing. Which actually, so this kind of makes sense about the decoupling of code. Uh, so, you know, like, that's like one of the things that they're always talking about is like decouple your code. And I'm always like, I don't fucking know how to do that. So this was coupled to that script. And so to make this decoupled, I'm trying to think, we would run. What does this camera controls even look like, though, at this point? Because he changed it. So we could go. So this isn't used at all, I don't think. If we put this process back in here, we could check, actually. What we could do is change this to this, and go like this, and go like this. Camera controls is in use. I don't think it is now. I think, you know, he adjusted it all. So let's go here. And then if it's in use, it's just going to start filling the logs with that. Yeah, it's not. Except this is a node. It's a character body 2D. Oh, look, I had a process up here and then a physics process down here. That's some strange ass shit. We'll just delete that. We don't need that. So we either need to have an instance or so what are we trying to do in this? We're trying to make it so that, yeah, I don't think he understood that how much weird shit is going on to stop you from clicking through and zoom. Okay, so this is the real issue. Okay. Well, basically when this event thing shows up, you can scroll in and out when you're hovering over it, and that's what we were trying to stop, which is what this was doing. So let's look at his script. Zoom. So he has this stuff here. Is there an instance? Joker. There's no instance of this. And so we can't, we'd have to add an instance in here, which isn't the end of the world or anything. The 50% and finally max. So this because before what it was doing is when you were zooming in and out, you were like mouse, you would pan all over the place really fast. So that's what he fixed. Okay, so what we need to be able to get to this, and I can't make like a new one, so we have to put a thing on here. So we need to have a public static cam exactly, and then in ready, which I don't think we have a ready in here, we can go public override ready instance equals this, and then we'll go to, we'll have to go File, Camera Controls. And we'll delete this thing. Not right now, but this thing now needs to be camera. And this needs to be camera. And this. So this is one of the things it doesn't like. So I mean, I guess we can just fix all this garbage here. This is, this is from we can fix this. And then while we're here, we'll fix all these things that it hates. It hates me because I did these on visibility control. Or on visibility change and not called it the thing. But it does make sense now that I had this bug where it wanted to do this. So we'll do on visibility change battle log control on battle log control visibility change. Now we need to find the battle log control and adjust the signal on it. We're going to disconnect this. I don't actually mind like a little bit of cleanup, like cleaning up my old code, making things better. It's kind of fun. And as long as it's not catastrophic, catastrophic changes. And this will get rid of all these warnings that it keeps throwing over here if I do this while I'm doing this other thing. All right, so that one was fixed. We got to find this other. That was it. No, that's not what we're finding. We got to find camera controls. Okay, so camera controls is gone. Let's delete that shit out of here. I want catastrophic errors, like I was saying. If I'm going to get a bug, I want it to be catastrophic. Camera controls. I wonder if there's a better way to do it. Because we can't get to it. We can't get to the method. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably is a better way to do it. Let's delete this. Well, let's make sure it's closed over here, because otherwise. All right, camera controls. Delete. It's still using scenes, camera. Camera, character, body, 2D. Oh. This is just a camera, but it was on a character body 2D so that we could bump it into a confiner later. I can't remember what it looked like. Where does it think this thing is, though? Camera, character body, 2D scene. It was under scenes. Can you bump a camera into Godot camera 2D confiner? There's a thing right here. Oh my god, it's so bright. That's not what I want. I'm kind of bummed. I feel like Google has slowly moved to always offering videos and like for as as a response to your search, and I don't like want that. You know what I mean? Um, mm, Especially when I'm at work, like helping someone, like I'm remoted into someone's computer and we're talking on the phone and I'm trying to like help them, and I can't watch a video about how to fix their problem. And as I'm streaming, I can't watch a video on how to fix their problem. Just show me steps in written words. So there is. I wonder if we're getting that weird jumpiness. How did we fix that before? Um, I think it had to do with anti-aliasing. Aliasing. I wish I could search through my Speaking of videos, I wish I could search through my own videos. How does this thing move? The camera. Because we may have never fixed this. Um, let's see here. We do need to bring this camera controls back up. Camera controls. Oh, is there a time thing? Oh, that's what was happening before. Yeah, I think I need to revert these changes. Um, and so we went through this, like me and Chad, I think Joker actually. We messed with this timescale thing like a ton to get this to work right. And then we're using move and slide. Let's look at this other camera thing. How are we moving this in this? We can merge the code. How does this thing move? So this unhandled input is, I think, might solve some of the click-through things. That was something I was reading about a while ago, which I have it on my list to test. But how does this actually move the camera? I see all our zooms. Oh, it's just changing its position. It's just changing its position. Yeah. So let's see what happens here. Yeah. So that's not the speed is if we change this. I do like it. I mean, not when it's bouncing. But it kind of like coasts to a stop. I like that. So we're gonna have to combine these things. We're on day 46. How many bugs have we gotten? 30 of them. I don't think I finished this visibility. I did. I built it, and then I never went back and fixed the visibility change. And what was that on? That was on the battle log. So let's fix that first. We need to make this thing happen here, this signal. Oh, no, I did change it. What is your problem? Let's restart this and go through these bugs as they happen, because we have other things over here too. And I think this is running before we did things. So first, let's do this. So this is working. But we're getting that weird, like, it only happens sometimes. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's put back, this has got to go. We don't need that right now. And then I linked the two things that were using this. Um, let's put this thing back. I think what he did is actually saved this thing as a scene, which is interesting. I didn't think of doing that, but that's actually a good idea. Like instead of just deleting things, save it as a scene so you can get back to it later. I'm going to save this as a scene. And I'm going to put it, I'm going to merge these two things. I think. What about our inputs? That looks right. I mean, I don't think it, right? I don't think it changed it at all. Um, but I can't remember if I was getting that stuttering issue with the camera as well on mine. I swear we changed something. It wasn't, I guess it wasn't anti-aliasing because it wasn't this. It was something, oh, it was VSync. Yeah, we changed it to mailbox. And that was to also when these guys moved. Oh, it's terrible now. It's not anything that was changed by us. It's something with Godot, and we like fucked around with this, and we got it to work where it looked better. I thought it looked pretty good eventually. I can't remember what. Um, like it didn't look perfect, but it looked good. And I think it was more pronounced when we zoomed out or something. All right, so this is adaptive, and that seems to have solved that problem. This is the main reason that we were messing with the VSync. And I think, yeah, and I think that actually fixed this issue. I can't tell. I think it did. I think that fixed both issues. I don't see any stuttering. Okay, so all we need to do then is fix the, I'll probably make it move a little faster, but that's my personal preference, and we'll probably have to put that in the options. Then all we'll have to do is fix the time thing. Camera controls. Velocity. So he has something different though for velocity. I'm going to tear this off and I'm going to move this over. We're going to have to do the speed needs to be divided by the engine. Can we do that without fucking everything up? We're going to find out. Let's do this here. Okay, so he has 3 speeds though. Okay, this is a math max thing. Math max, is this being divided by anything? It is. Zoom out percentage times speed. This is clamping it. Min speed, max speed. He has like the same variables pretty well, except for the speed. He has his min speed and max speed, but everything else is about the same. Um, so I wonder how I adjust. What do we got here? No, that's zoom. So this is clamping it. So this speed on ours, we're taking the speed and we're dividing it. Maybe I can just tell him to that we need it needs to change about the speed of the game. I'm gonna try that, and we'll come back to that later. Now, what were we working on? We fixed some weirdnesses that I needed to fix, anyways. That's what I'm gonna do. Um, okay. Then what were we doing? I haven't even been following. I need to update this. I need to update my project. Okay, we had some bugs, but not these bugs. Okay, we were doing the event editors, or the event log. Let's check that bug. I think we fixed it with the instance thing. We need the speed to go up. Okay, we're no longer getting any, whoa. And we're not clicking through either. Perfect. All right, so that solved that problem. Easy fix. We can close this thing. I don't think goods and produce is working. We fixed that. I'm pretty sure just now. So we got our Fisher shed built. Let's also build some warehouse because there was an issue with that. Let's run that at 8 speed here. Um, yeah, so it needs to be. It doesn't matter. I'll see if let a couple days go by. Let's check our resources. We're filled up with wood and we're filled up. Well, they're eating the fish. And then let's change this because let's change it to 500. That all is working there. And then let's let it go and see what happens. Whoops, I don't give a shit about that right now. Let's go to here. Boom. Perfect. So that's working. We've fixed that. Oh, let's test this while we're here. We have to test it by, oh my God, it's so hard to, we can go to 1 speed. Okay, and this is working. Can we zoom in and out? Yeah, that's working too. What was I doing? I was going to mark something off on my list. I love it. This is working. Yeah, it's crazy. He fixed the issue, and I actually had an issue in here, so I was able to go from 195 to 194. This we have not done. I'm going to take a break, though. Check why Douglas is building a garden. Oh, yeah. This actually, I think, is what we're going to do next, is this progress bar. So the progress bar is going to be a little weird. Test goods produced that cost more than 1 day of work amount, so like scouting equipment. I guess these are kind of like hand in hand, so that's what we're going to move on to next. But I am going to take a quick break. I feel like I'm missing something at the bottom of my thing here. But I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me put up my break timer. Let me pause my music that you guys can't hear, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Let me start my music that you guys can't hear and skip this song and go back and turn off my break timer. Um, okay, so how are we going to do this here? So we have our scouting equipment all set up for this 0.01 per day. So we need to somewhere show when it's been built. We'll want it to show. Well, let's test this. I don't know if we've ever tested this. I was expecting a bug, so I was waiting patiently for the bug, but there was no bugs. So we need to check somewhere. Average daily generated. We don't give a shit about that anymore, so we can get rid of that. Average daily. We can get rid of this. Um, so we need to know We don't need to know this either work cost anymore. Well, we could actually use that. How is this thing finished being built? It is, but it didn't have any workers. So let's restart this, and then we'll adjust that. We'll build just the equipment shed. I'm kind of tempted to comment out the things for the. Yeah, okay, so there's another issue. What we're able to scroll in and out when this is, so if we scroll way in here and then we open this up, we can scroll out. We're scrolling out when this is um, open. So we need to fix that. That is going to be, I wonder why that didn't have a thing on it. Um, so when a panel opens, the clock should turn off when it's paused. You want to be able to scroll. Here, I'm gonna put a new one of these. Scroll. What was the other thing? Time speed. Time speed when the player has upped the time, and then can scroll when panels are open. I would bet, there was another way I was doing this. I bet you that I've tried to fix one thing. I wonder if you can pan when panels are open. I'm panning right now. Yeah, you can. So that I did, so whatever it was, can scroll and pan. Okay. All right, back to what we were doing, because I don't want to mess with this right now. I want to continue working on this other part. And it doesn't matter right now, excuse me. Okay, so we got this thing going. We need to have to see. Here, I can move this over. It's crazy how it's just on the higher speeds. Did I pause it? I guess I must have. All right, so what do we got here? We need to find Portland. I guess we can type in here and see what it says. We don't have any Portland. Are people working at this place? We have 5 people working here. So let's see how this works. Clicking the wrong shit. So we calculate work goods for production here. But we can't, so we're not gonna, this is gonna be weird. This actually needs to go, wait, county name, how's this working? So this goes through each thing. Let me double check this scouting equipment is set up right, because that could be a problem. So we want to have this scouting equipment saving this number, and I think we're doing it wrong. We need it right here. So we have the primitive scouting equipment for the thing here. It costs 5,000. That's right. Primitive scouting equipment. Number built. I thought we got rid of that. No, we're using that for another thing. Is that in the we don't give a shit? This should be in the we don't, not for inspector. So let's throw that over there just while we're here. This is county improvement data. Number built. Number built. How did that guy do it so fast? Man, I'm talking about that. There was that streamer I watched who was able to jump around so fast in his IDE. Okay, without using the mouse. So this all looks right to me, I hope. And then, so what's going to happen is each day it's going to generate like 0.01. But we need to save that number for the next day, and so on and so on. So if we go back to our banker, I think is doing that crap. Yeah, work amount for each resource is 0. If the work amount is less than the work cost, no good is produced. This is how we will get our progress bar amount via the work left over. If work amount for each resource is less than the work cost. So the first thing we're going to have is work amount. And this we should see the county improvement name and the work cost here. Work amount for each resource. I'm kind of surprised we don't see Portland in here in our logs. It's not here. It should be. We're on day 4. Let's go up to day whatever. Okay, wait, there's the Portland. Someone isn't working at the improvement. Work amount for each resource is 60. So there's only one resource, so it should be taking that 60 number, and it goes down to here. And the work cost is 5,000, so this is less. And then today's amount generated is 0. And then we have this work amount left over where we add in this work amount. So what we need to do, and I'm going to put a GD print down here for just the test to make sure this is working. County improvement, we're going to do a $sign and all that. And the squigs and all that. County data, county name, is working on, has this number slash, and we'll put a thing here, slash squigs work cost. I don't know what the hell I'm listening to here. You guys can't hear it, but it's quite strange. County name has towards, and then we'll put the county improvement name right here. And then we'll do this. We'll put a semicolon at the end, and then we'll do this. And hopefully it will show up there. We're going to build it though. Let's see here. Fisher shed, scouting equipment. What is the cost? Oh, it's 100. Let's actually bump that down so we don't have to wait so long for it to get built. So that's going to be construction costs. Let's just make it 10. And then save, and then do this. Man, time is flying today. And back down to here. A lot of scrolling in this game. A lot of scrolling. And we'll speed this up. And we're going to have even more stuff to scroll through as time goes by. That list is going to be giant. We're probably going to have to do some other thing. Okay. So it has 110 out of 5,000 towards county improvements. And then if we look at this, do we still have our construction progress? We do. Okay, so this is what we do. All right, where is this shit? This is in the banker. So this is working how I want, except we need to adjust this panel right here to say, like the progress towards scouting equipment. And then a percentage, which would be that number that we just saw. So this number here, 110 out of 5,000. So it'll be some minuscule little thing. And then construction costs we can just hide. But this is in the banker. Because this is only for the player. You know, the AI doesn't need this shit. So somehow we need to interact with this thing. I have a sneeze coming on. How do we know? And I saw when I was like, oh, we didn't need this shit earlier. I was like, oh, we'll just delete these commented out things. I noticed one of them was where this thing was keeping track of I don't know why I'm scrolling through. I deleted it. So it's like I'm scrolling through it for no apparent reason. It was keeping track of this. Of the panel so it could edit it later, but we never used it. So I wonder how I'm adjusting these other things, like the current workers. How does it know which one it's to get to there? How am I adjusting the current workers? Because it pulls the information when you open it, that's what's happening. So this, when you open the thing, it's pulling the information. So what we got to do is we have all these little methods in here. Update progress bar, construction progress. Do we have an update progress under producing? We're showing this progress thing because this has just been sitting in here. It's the container. So we need to do a new method called update production progress. If I could type, I think this is the first new method I've done like in 2 days. Everything else has been like minor adjustments. So then we're going to put this show thing in here, and then we go progress bar value is equal to county improvement data dot what was this shit called? I'm gonna move this over to my other screen and break my pinned thing here. This is called work cost, but that is on. Yeah, we don't have that here. We have that. Ah, shit. I just thought of a problem with this. So the problem with this is, what happens if we're producing two things? Okay, so this isn't going to work. So if we were only producing one thing per let's go back to our county improvements. So for example, fish. Back to our fisher's shack. We're producing 3 things, and originally the idea was we would only be producing one, and so then the progress at the top would work if we were producing one thing. But if we're producing two things, we would either have to generate like a list of things that are being produced up at the top, and it could be quite large. So what we could do instead, maybe, is we change this and we have a percentage of 100 of whatever. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Okay, so if we're going to do that, we're going to do this, but we're going to hide this. I think this is already hidden, actually. We're not going to use the progress bar. Update each resources progress. Each output good progress. Then we'll delete this thing. Generate output goods. Maybe it should just be in generate output goods. It probably should. And we'll cut this and we'll put it in generate output goods, wherever the fuck it went. It's right here. So we have the columns, and then it's going to go for each one of these. Produce as needed. This is in county. We add this in. What are we adding? The add output goods panel. It probably should be in here. Generate average daily amount. We have a big space here for no apparent reason. This is that weird little switch. And so the text here is what we're going to adjust. We're not going to, if this is, okay, so we got to do this differently. We have to have a different, what is this doing? This is called output. We just went through like 3 things, and now how the fuck did we get back over here? I guess we're fine. We need to follow that big spaghetti pile here. These can go. We don't need these anymore. Add output goods panel. I need that switch. Where that switch is up here. So that switch. So I think we are going to have a special thing. So under producing, it needs to show a different number. Unless we can throw a little if then in here. We could. We can. It already knows it's in producing though. What is the best way to do this? I feel like it should be here, but we're already checking up above. Let's do this. This is still on my clipboard, I think. Let's put this in here and this, oh, nope. Generate, we're gonna need public, nothing, void, generate, goods. Kana, how's it going? I went from no experience really. I took like a class 30 years ago, which I don't think counts. The 30 years ago class. I mean, there is still stuff where I'm like, oh, I remember I dropped the class too. I mean, I didn't drop. I just stopped going. So I had very little experience. Um, Long story short, I think it's 100% doable. There's tons and tons of tutorials and shit out there. I think that the key is lower your expectations of what you're gonna make the first time. Like, if you have these grandiose ideas, like making a 2D 4X game, like I'm doing, which is insane. This is insane. I don't even know what I'm doing. You're probably gonna get demoralized. And I know. All right. So I'm back to the long version. I tried Godot when it was like Godot 3 or Godot 2 or something. And it was so frustrating to me because I didn't know where the fuck I was coming from. You know, there was no tutorials. I couldn't find anything. And I kind of gave up on making games because I was so frustrated. It took me 6 hours to figure out how to get to the escape key to pop up like a panel. You know, like I don't have that on this game yet, but like if you hit escape, it would pop up like this, you know, just a blank panel. It took me 6 hours and I got so frustrated. Uh, but then like a couple years later, I was like, I'm going to try Unity. And then using Unity, I was like able to get a lot farther than Unity had its dumb shit it did. And so I switched back to Godot, and I didn't have those issues where it took me 6 hours to get escape anymore because there was more tutorials and stuff, and I had a general idea. And I wish I had stuck with Godot originally and not given up. But I also like the first few games I tried, and this was in Unity, um, were like 3D and stuff, 3D and with animations. And even though like I got free animations that were downloaded, you know, like free assets and stuff, it was so, like my idea of what I wanted to do. I thought it was simple, but it was not simple enough. And then when I've readjusted, I've lowered my expectations of what I can figure out, except for this craziness. Um, and the things that I've made since then have been very like, I'm surprised how easy they are to make after struggling for so long, if that makes sense. All that struggling did help. But yeah, if you have low expectations to start out, like if your first goal is to make Hello World, you know, you could easily make Hello World. It might take you 30 hours because you're coming from not knowing anything, you know, but you can totally do it. And there's a lot of resources. So between the Unity and Godot community, Unity I felt like was a lot more hostile towards new people. The Godot community is usually pretty good 90% of the time, with questions and stuff. Well, if you've never done any coding though, if you don't know, like, because you got to install shit on your computer. Well, I guess you wouldn't if you weren't using C Sharp. So Kana Cast, I'm probably saying your name wrong. Kana Cast, I don't know. If you were using Godot GD script, you don't need to install stuff on your computer besides Godot. But I use C Sharp, so you got to install stuff on your computer. You got to figure out like what is the you Hello World is gonna say, it's gonna print a console. What the fuck is a console? If you have no experience at all, you got to assume it's gonna take a really long time. About 30 hours, yeah, it's probably a high number. But by the time you're done with Hello World, then you're ready to go to the real stuff, like how to make a button work and things like that. Generate goods, production, progress. What type of game are you thinking about making? That goes for everyone in chat. So in this, though, I guess this is what we're going to do. If status is equal to producing, yeah, reading chat sometimes I'm trying to do it really fast and it doesn't like skip half the important stuff. So if this is producing, actually, let's do this. If it's not producing, then we just return out of here. And then else, come on, fingers. Else, we need to generate this thing, which I kind of already have half here. I'm going to copy this over. I'm going to cut this. And then we're going to go put this over here because we want this to appear. And this tells us some of what we need to know here. You are right. You are right, Joker. You're definitely right. We can just do that. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. And I'm thinking maybe this shouldn't go here, actually. This could generate goods produced. I think this might go somewhere else. I mean, this is right. This is still. This doesn't go here. It would go. What is this thing doing? Yeah, this just gives us a number. We already have the numbers. Yeah, this doesn't go here. This guy is going to go in here because we already have the numbers. Where did I put that crap? Generate. What did I call it? Generate goods. Oh my God. Generate goods. Okay, what the fuck did I just call this thing? And where did I put it? It's not here. If you have a good memory, it probably will help too. If you have a terrible memory, I could have just went through with that bug. Went to where the bugs were. This needs to be in here, and then this needs to be. This. Okay, wait, then that was not right. We're gonna go like this. I could have brought that if though. Is not equal to producing. Then we're gonna do this. And then we need county improvement data. And then we need this else here. And then this is going to go in here. And then we're going to do that. And then we're going to delete all this. And then we're going to go like this. And then we're going to go like this. I'm going to put you in here. And we're going to get rid of this thing. Except we need one more of those. Except we want it there. And now what have I done? 127 errors. This shouldn't go here. This shouldn't go inside here. This should be down here. Okay. KD. XXX. There you go. And then this is going to produce this doesn't go in here either, actually. What do we got going on here? This is a private add output goods panel. No, this does go here. And this is going to go, we need to pass in, the real thing we only need is this work cost and the improvement name. No, sorry, we need the work amount for each resource and the work cost. That's all we need, sort of. That's actually not true. We need the name too. So we have production data, resource data. We have production data, and we have the goods panel, grid container. Grid container we don't give a shit about. Add output goods panel. Oh, wait. We need this thing up higher, though. This needs to be here. For a split second that hopefully we can't see, so there's going to be stuff that's blank. But we need this to, because this is going to affect this goods panel container. And so the goods panel container, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Everything's all... All we're adjusting is this line right here. That's it. And I'm like making this so fucking complicated. And all we're adjusting is this thing right there. That's it. Everything else that I've put in here is completely worthless. We need, it's, oh my God. Why did I make this so complicated? Like I said, KD. This goes up to there. We'll get this up here. So then this thing happens, but we need this is where we need an if statement. If county improvement data status is not equal to producing, I did all of that crap, looking at all that stuff. In reality, all I needed to do was this, I think. And then else, we're going to want it. I don't know why I always do this thing, and we'll fill it in on its own. Else, we want this to be good name, colon, slash, we need a squigs here though. This needs to be on the outside of that squigs, slash this thing, but we don't know what that is at this point. We do, it's going to be under production data, squigs, production data, work cost. And then this thing can just go away. We don't need that. All right, so it's going to be the work amount for each resource, and this is only if it's producing. That was like a lot of going in circles. Look at all these warnings, or these messages. I got to deal with those. I got 15 minutes. Let's see if this works. If this works, then we will deal with those messages. They're like they're just growing. What's your problem? Oh, this has like something unsaved or... I think. I think that's what was happening there. I hope that's what was happening there. All right, we build. So this should still have the same goods. Oh, we got to change this name too. Goods produced per day. But that's okay. We can, that's easy. I'm going to put the note down or I'll forget. Goods produced per day needs to be changed when the county improvement is in production or producing. And this is the progress bar we got to close, or not close it, but whatever. Okay, that has been completed. And then here we go. It says primitive scouting equipment 65 of 50. So that's what we wanted. Or 5,000. Let's see what happens when we let it run. And that's going to take for a fucking eternity, though. Yeah, let's make this less than 5,000. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Our production data work cost is 5,000. Let's do 200. 200 seems like a reasonable amount. And I think I do that all the time with the guard clause things. I'm always putting else in there, even though I don't need it. Construct. What was the other thing I was going to do? I can't remember. Okay, so we should have built a couple of things here. We're at 115, so we're getting close. We're at 170, so let's see what happens on day 5. Is it going to break? Okay, we went over this number. So now what? Now what happens? Well, we got some. I think. For some reason, we start out with 1. Yeah, we got 1. So that worked, except we need something else in here. Not in there. We need it in the banker. So when the banker... When this happens... I need to clean up this stuff. I can already tell that this is ugly. We're gonna have. I'm gonna have to do a whole stream where I go through like each block of ugly code and like paste it into Chat GPT and have it do its thing. So if the work amount for each, work amount for each. No, this is still gonna hit this every time, and it's gonna go down here and it's gonna add this on here, and then it's. So how does it know that we did 1 at this point? So work amount left over, it goes down to here, and then it adds a county resource. And then it just adds it in. So we're going to have to put a note because I don't think I can do it in 10 minutes. So this is what we need to do here. When a county resource is added to the county from production, we need to reset the amount of work. We need to subtract the amount of work done. I mean, maybe I can just do this right now. Add county to resource. So this wouldn't be done here, though, because this is just its own thing. We would do it under, it's still in the banker. We're going to delete that other one pretty soon here. This is scavenged resources. I was like, wait, we have another thing in here? Add county resource. Okay, so this thing is getting ugly. Calculate work to goods production. So after we add a resource, today's amount generated would be 0 every time. I think we need to break this up. All right, I'm going to put like a bunch of notes in here because actually I was thinking, well, we could just throw in one line, but it's not going to be one line. We're going to need to break this up like in here. If this is whatever, else. This is also resetting this to 0 at this point. Which I don't think this, I think we need to move this. I think this needs to be reset at a different spot. You need to learn to program before you use a library. Daniel, how's it going? I don't know if I agree with you. Okay. If you're serious, apply yourself. You can learn in like 2 weeks. You're responding up above to someone. Let's see. To Conacast. Let's see here. So let's put this note in. When a county resource is added to the county from production, we need to subtract the amount of work. When a county resource that takes multiple days is added to the county from production, we need to subtract the amount of work done. It's not called amount of work done. It's called today's. No, we need both of those. And we need to reset today's amount generated. Okay, so that's the first thing for next week. This is the top thing. And what's the next? All right, so this thing, we need to hide this. We just need to change what this says because we're not doing this way anymore. In fact, that might take... We might have already done that, actually. No. We need to actually let this run for a second. Well, scouting equipment's done. I'm on the wrong county. I was like, where's my scouting equipment? We did already hide that. We already took that out of there. Okay, so that's already done. We already fixed that. We can just close this thing. Goods produced per day need to be changed when the county improvement is in production. That's the thing we just did. So that shows right. And then test goods produced that cost more. This is kind of we have tested this, but we need to do this part to test it again. Make sure the resource data is getting duplicated. Yeah, we gotta do that. This is the thing we're actually working on. That was the chat asked like how we were gonna do that. And I was like, I don't know, but that's old. Get out of there. Are we going to scavenge the same way? Update work progress to panel after we figure out the that's actually what we just did. It's like a duplicate issue. That's the next round. This thing, every time it starts getting smaller, I add like 10 more things. I think we were down to 3 at one point. All right, these are all good for next time. Yeah, that's everything we need right now. We don't have any bugs, which is good. We do. I got to figure out a way to make this prettier. This calculate work to goods production. But let's push this code to the scouting equipment thing. What did we do today? We got multiple day production is working, except it doesn't remove the work generated after one is produced. That's pretty much all we did. We fucked around with a few things, but nothing important. Yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you for joining me. I will probably talk to you, like always, next weekend, Saturday. Have a good